But look, they got the claw marks. There we go. The first stage.
Well, it's because it's new.
You can see through the stained glass. Okay guys, we're back at Universal Studios Florida. It is time for another Halloween Horror Nights 2025 update. We have so much more information about what's going on with HHN Vegas. Massive construction updates. The status of the legendary Truth. We know what's going on now. We're less than like 10 subscribers away from hitting our first tier goal, where I reveal one of the most important pieces in HHN history. If you didn't know, we're so close to kind of like dethroning the official HHN YouTube channel. Half of you guys currently are not subscribed who watch the videos. We have a little challenge now. If we hit 76,000, we're gonna have a reward to show you guys, 78,000 and then 80,000. So I own one of the largest HHN collections in the world. So I'm gonna reveal like a jaw-dropping artifact to you guys every single one of those tiers that we hit. Like your mind is gonna be blown. I promise it'll be worth the wait, but we got this. We're gonna dethrone the official HHN channel. So on that note, it's time to talk about the Halloween Horror Nights Shirt of the Day 2008, the year of Bloody Mary. So we have the Bloody Mary shirt, and then we got the legendary Truth hat. On that note, let's roll the commercial.
For Halloween Horror Nights 18, we knew we needed more horror content than we'd ever had before in the previous 17 events. Bloody Mary is one of the most widely recognized urban legends of all time. If you stand in front of a mirror and chant her name 3 times, you will bring her forth. You will conjure her. She's a spirit that will bring darkness and evil upon you. And so every guest to Halloween Horror Nights 18 is stepping through Mary's mirror. You're going to live that night. Everything in Halloween Horror Nights 18 is based around an urban legend, a myth, a fairy tale, a nightmare, or a fable, and it all lives in the world behind Mary's mirror. So, for example, the body collectors, this house. You've heard of Jack the Ripper. You've heard of people disappearing and bodies disappearing and body parts. Well, this is where it all happened. Guests are going to come into the event and they are immersed in Halloween from the second they come through the gate to the second they leave at night. Everywhere you go, on every street, is a scare zone. So more than we've ever done before.
Okay, welcome back. Let's head in. Oh, there's like massive construction updates. I cannot wait to show them to you guys. Okay, we're gonna head over to Hollywood first. But on that note, our field reporter, Mr. Wu, John, is in Universal Studios Hollywood right now. So he filmed a bunch of construction updates from yesterday of how the tear tram looks. Looks like they were filming something last night or this morning. I believe this is one of the carts that they bring out when they're filming the stuff. Let's talk about the podcast. As you know, we still have yet to have an HHN podcast released, but they did release a Horror Unleashed podcast. So there's a ton of information to go over. It was an hour-long podcast. I like kind of chopped up the best parts to kind of show you guys. So over the next couple of videos, we'll talk about more of the stuff that they revealed during the podcast. But first off, I want you guys to kind of like, I guess, meet who Nate and TJ are. They're kind of one of the main reasons why I have a lot of faith in Horror Unleashed. Let me show you their little intro from the podcast first.
Nate, TJ, welcome to the show. We are very excited to have you two. We've been talking off record and just getting psyched for this topic. But before we dive into all of the details, of course, can you introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about your history with horror here at Universal?
I'm Nate Stevenson. I've been working on Halloween Horror Nights for close to 15 years now. I started just kind of helping run the event as a performance coordinator. And then I worked my way into kind of creating the content and whatnot. So I've been with the company. I've actually been with the company since 1996.
Awesome.
There was about a 10-year stint where I went out to LA to be famous.
We love that.
Here we are. So
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah,
He's
it
famous.
didn't work out. But,
You're
but
famous
It's
here.
famous to
You're
me.
famous
Some
here.
people you are famous.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
maybe. But yeah. So when I was out there, I really got into writing and directing and things, and I kind of found a passion for that. And so when I came back, you know, this group was really already pushing really hard into Halloween Horror Nights, and it became this juggernaut event. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is where I belong. And they thought so too. So that was pretty cool. They brought me on. And most recently, I've been working on some new ventures projects with TJ here. We have been for a few years working on Horror Unleashed, which is what we're here to talk about today.
Yeah. So my name's TJ Manarino. I'm the VP for Art and Design for Entertainment. I've been with the company now for about 28 years. When I first started, they hired me for Halloween. So my connection to Halloween has been my first interaction with Universal was at the time we only had freelance contractors doing this event. We were small. The event was small. It was in its 5th year. We only had 3 haunted houses. Can you believe that? 3 haunted houses.
Nope.
1 scare zone and 1 show. That was our whole program. We actually started the parade that year. This was in '96. And for me, I thought, okay, I was a designer. I worked film and TV, a lot of work, but I also had been doing Halloween for about 10, 15 years prior to coming here. So it was definitely my background. So for that, I thought I'd do Halloween here a few years and continue doing stuff in other areas. But not only fell in love with the event, but the event offered me to be permanent with Universal. And again, now 28 years later, I've been able to kind of see it grow here, you know, Orlando, but also have been a part of the team to help launch it in Hollywood, Japan, Singapore. And we've actually even met with the Beijing group recently to talk about Halloween. So
I like that.
being a part of this one here at Horror Unleashed is also just great to be able to kind of bring not only the evolution of the event, but also to see it in a whole new environment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Will we be getting an actual HHN 34 podcast this year? That's what we need too. Oh, they put stuff out last night. Before I show you that, let's go into Five and Dime, see if there's anything new. All right, so hopefully later this week we get the next IP announcement with the new IP merch.
Ready for you.
They got stuff finally to talk about.
Exactly.
Wait,
Look.
this is new. What is this? What is
You
that?
like
control?
this?
I've never seen that before.
Well, it's because it's new. I'm trying to tie in teleportation with time travel. Like,
You'll get there eventually.
well, I'm tying this in with the DeLorean.
You got lots of gadgets and gizmos on there.
Isn't it fun?
You got lights now. Look at that.
Yeah.
I was always told the antenna really doesn't make that much of a difference.
It does when the DeLorean is down that way. I'm trying to call it here, but it's radioactive.
I don't want to touch it.
No,
Well,
it's okay.
Good luck with your
It's all
experiment.
concealed.
We'll report back later this week, see how it went.
Yes. We'll see you in
The future.
next week.
All right, Terrifier shirts, like 1 or 2 larges left. The rest is all small and medium, so pick it up while you still can. There we go. The first stage in the heavily rumored vampire scare zone. So we got a lot to talk about. So down here, they're gonna have the speakers, right? And then over here, they have the classic. Pardon our dust, we're in the process of transforming our park for Universal Orlando's Halloween Horror Nights, the nation's premier Halloween event. So we're gonna come over here. They're gonna continue the stained glass. You can see through the stained glass. You're gonna have a giant kind of gargoyle, but I'm sure they're gonna have lights in there so it'll glow during the nighttime. We're gonna have another speaker right over there. Now the stairs going up is kind of like a checkered design. So the performer will come up here, do the little kill moment or stage moment. But let's come around the side. What do we got? Anything new? Any electrical has been set up? And we can get a better look at the stained glass. Now for the stained glass, there are hinges right here, and then there's a key to open it up. So on both sides, they can be opened up. A performer's not gonna be going in and out from this area, probably just for the teams to work on the lighting, probably inside the stained glass. But that looks great. Look at the light coming through. Oh man. I cannot wait to see the gargoyle like scare actors that they were talking about. Again, they're gonna slowly add more little touches onto the stage. This is just the first piece that's been placed. But it's happening. The construction of the scare zones, like the set pieces, are actually popping up now. Oh, there's another speaker over there. So there's 4 speakers, 2 there and then 2 on each side. This is gonna be a big show moment, it looks like. We also have the truss right behind it, which will illuminate this area. Now, there's more than just this set piece that popped up. There's another one right there. Kind of the same layout as the other one, just kind of a different overlay. Instead of the checkered stairs, right, you're gonna have a very distressed aged stone. And then over here, this is where the speaker was on the other stage, but they have kind of the fake brick right there. But for this stained glass, they're gonna have a bat. Look at that, like a vampire bat. They have do not climb signs on all the stages, but again, they did a really good job distressing aged stone. And then down here, this is where the speakers are gonna be. And then they haven't distressed this yet. Looks like there's some new wood that they just put in. So you have the bat right there, that'll be illuminated during the nighttime. The Pardon Our Dust sign, the 2 speakers. So let's walk around the other end and see how it looks. So again, kind of the same thing. You can see through the stained glass. There's hinges on each one of the doors so they can swing open and close, but the performer will enter on the stage through the stairs. So we're just gonna see more and more detail popping up, but man, oh, this is just so good. This is the point of the season where, like, all right, I'm just like smiling ear to ear walking through the park, seeing all the details pop up. Because sometimes the build up to the event is honestly better than the event. So every night we're probably gonna see big set pieces pop up in every single scare zone now. Not seeing anything new in this scare zone, no wires to track down. They still have the advertisement up for Poker Face Season 2. Poker Face is one of my favorite shows that Alice and I like to watch. Very well done. It's like a kind of a crime murder comedy, if that makes sense, but it's very well done. I really enjoyed Season 2, except for the season finale. Not a fan of the season finale, but all the other episodes are great. Highly suggest if you never watched Poker Face, it's on Peacock. Season 2, I'm gonna do like an 8 out of 10. Let's head into the scare zone over here, see if anything new has popped up. Have any cats popped up yet? All right, over here by the platforms, they've been elevated. They elevated the platform. Now you can see they're digging down, and you can see there's like a giant hole down there. They're working on the electrical or something. This might not be part of the scare zone, more of just maintenance that's happening. Same thing with this platform, it's been elevated. So they're working on stuff during the nighttime. What the heck is going on over here? This has been elevated about a foot. What are they doing underneath there? Oh, we got scare zone updates over there. But first, let's go over the next little part of the Horror Unleashed podcast. I will say this is kind of the best version of the podcast we've gotten. Kind of actually feels like a podcast.
You know, this is kind of uncharted territory in a way for Universal as a whole, and you know, the Halloween Horror Nights fans as well. Like, we want Halloween year-round. There's a lot of fans in here. I'm looking, like I said, I look at this group all the time because we are Halloween fans, and especially Halloween Horror Nights. Just paint us a picture. Universal Horror Unleashed, like, what are we kind of expecting as far as this location goes?
Yeah, so it's really a completely new brand, you know, that we're building out there. And I'd say something that's unique or different. I mean, Halloween Horror Nights, hands down, greatest Halloween event in the world. I mean,
Agreed.
There's no competition.
Yeah, I think
You know,
resounding agreement.
and I think the horror community understands that as well, and believes that as well. But so you know, we wanted to take all the greatest parts of Halloween Horror Night that people love, and then we wanted to expand upon that, you know. And one thing that's really exciting that fans can expect is here we're limited in a way because we're building kind of an overlay on a park that already exists. So we really immerse the guests as well as we can here in the theme park. But when you walk out of a soundstage and out of a house, well, there's a roller coaster, you know what I mean? And you're in a theme park, you know. This, from the ground up, it is built for Halloween Horror Nights. It's completely built for Halloween. And from the time you're walking up to the warehouse, the building, until you walk inside and are immersed inside that environment, it's all about Halloween, and it's about Halloween year round. So that's pretty exciting. There's no overlay. This is a Halloween building.
It's interesting. You know, both of us have been with this project for probably 2-3 years now. Mm-hmm. So it definitely didn't start yesterday. It's actually been in the works for some time. Because I know our audience has always asked us, what can we do year round? Can we have horror more throughout the year? And this definitely took us a little bit to get to because, as Nate said, we wanted to extend the brand. We didn't want to just build Halloween Horror Nights year round. We wanted to build something different that still gives an opportunity for our audience to not only experience what we do in the parks, but also go to a new location and experience horror a different way. And I know we're going to talk a lot about that today. But the other thing that was exciting about hearing about how strong this brand is that inevitably we always do surveys. We go back to our audience and ask them what do they want and what do they recognize with Universal, the brand itself. The number one thing that they recognize with Universal, the studio too, not just the theme park side. It's Halloween Horror Nights is the first thing that they recognize within the brand of Universal.
Wow.
That's how strong Halloween Horror Nights is.
Yeah.
And so for us, just from a perspective, is that what can we do more to give our audience something different, something new, unique, which is really part of the Halloween Horror Nights brand. So yeah, for us, we're very excited about this experience, but also being able to talk about it today.
So again, you're going to have the house down there, but then this has appeared. So when guests are cutting through here or over there, over there, the actors are going to use these to kind of like hide and pop out. Let's walk through all these first and see what we can kind of figure out. But yeah, there's all the different claw marks from the cats. This is a lot, because we're gonna have stuff in that scare zone and then also here. So inside each one of these little kind of shack things, they have the concrete barrel, and then everything kind of tied up to the concrete barrel. That's to make sure nothing happens when it storms out or when hurricanes come, that it doesn't move. But look, they got the claw marks right there. Here's a better shot of kind of how those concrete barrels look. So you see they're placed there, and then they're attached so that nothing happens. It doesn't fall in a gas, it doesn't fly away. So there's not much theming on the back, but there is theming in the front and over here. So I think they kind of want you to cut through here instead of through the side so that the actors can pop out and scare the crap out of you. But yeah, there's all this fabric that's just been scratched up as if a cat has been going to town. So it looks like there's no room inside there for a scare actor. It's more of them just being able to hide behind these set pieces. I'm excited to see how the performers look, how the makeup looks. But yeah, it's happening. The bigger details are here. And remember, please do not climb Halloween Horror Nights. See, the thing is, these almost look like boo holes, but there's a giant concrete barrel in there. I will say, great job on the distressing. I like that all the wood is kind of cut a little different, so every piece kind of feels unique and just kind of like thrown together. So there's a lot of thought behind, each piece of wood and where they were placed, and then also the different distressing. Come here during the daytime and then just appreciate the artistry behind just simple props like this. It takes a lot of man hours to make something like this. And then nothing new with the truss work over here. Okay, so one of the biggest changes this year is going to be Stay and Scream. We're going to talk about it a little later in the week, but it's going to be drastically different than how it's been in the years in the past. A lot of people are going to be upset about it. I think some people might like it. It's going to be drastically different. All right, let's see how the heavily rumored facade for Hatchets and Chains is doing. You can see they're working on it right now. There's a worker right there, but they have the roof now on the facade. They also have a tent right there, I guess, for everybody working on the house. They can work on the stuff outside with some shade. But there it is. It's happening. And then we have a little update for the dollhouse. They've been painting the front, but it looks like they've added kind of the beams to make it look like a giant window for a dollhouse. They're just tearing out more and more and more. I feel like they're uncovering more issues. We're like, okay, we gotta replace this entire thing. So then back there's rumored to be where the Fallout house is gonna be. Apparently there's been some movement on the front of the tent. None of us can get photos, but we need BioReconstruct to get some aerial images to see how it looks. See what's going on inside the party zone. They're filming something. A bunch of cameras came through with a bunch of team members filming a commercial or something. All the electrical's been hooked up. Still don't know what's inside this tarp thing. And we see the top now. So yeah, all the lights and all the truss have been hooked up now with power. It's gonna be a bright zone when you're walking through it during the nighttime. Everywhere you go, you see legendary truth. All right, so a lot of you guys have been asking me about what's going on with the Lagoon show. Now there's rumored to be something happening during HHN. But we saw on the truss work by Nightmare Fuel, it said show 1. So that means there's a second show. A little update about the heavily rumored tribute store. The lettering for the arcade has been removed. You can see kind of the stains right there. So coming soon will be heavily rumored a tribute store inside the arcade. The Blues Brothers stage is reopened. It was under refurb. All right, so we popped over to Boris's office, see if there's any new changes. Now they still have the Batilda idol, right? that we saw last year. Batilda idol is still in there. As you know, Boris is the founder of Legendary Truth. The other idol is missing. What the heck happened to it? You know, we always get these little teases about what's coming. Now, there was the first Boris Shuster little Cthulhu idol that was like there, and now it's gone. We only have the Batilda one. So I wonder if we're gonna see that pop up in a storyline for the tribute store, or if it's gonna pop up in the tribute store, but it's gone. It's not there anymore. So it looks like someone went into Boris's office and stole his idol. Let's pop in the mummy gift shop, see if anything's changed. Then no new changes over here. It was cracked last time we were here, but now it's been fully closed. So I wonder if they'll do any detailing out here or continue the rumored tribute store out here. Okay, so now we have missing idols. What's going on with that? Okay, sorry I'm sweating so much, I can't see. Let's go over the last bit of information from the podcast that talks about Legendary Truth. Then in the next HHN update, we'll talk about more information from the podcast. It's an hour long, but I'm just kind of picking the best little clips to share the info with you guys.
When we walk into this warehouse, like, what does it look like? Where are the houses placed? I know there's 4 of them. There's 4 different immersive entertainment areas, but can you kind of share visually how we kind of pace throughout this space specifically?
First, I'll step back because a lot of, I think the experience starts before you even enter the building.
Okay.
And part of that is a brand new experience that actually is growing out in Las Vegas. Some of you might be familiar with, there's an entertainment complex out there called Area 15. So they're our partners. We work closely with them to kind of expand what they currently do to a whole new district. So they're considered to be, right now, Area 15 is what's called District 1. They're rebranding, and then we're going to be part of what's called District 2. So it's a whole nother piece of real estate, a whole nother complex where it'll be a 100,000 square foot building, which is huge. It's actually larger than the current Area 1, Area 15's first district. So that just gives you a sense of scale and space. Now, we'll be also married with other type of entertainment, restaurant, and food offerings out there. But so as you enter this space, we wanted the building to kind of already set a little bit of the story and the tone. So like anything out in Vegas, Vegas is very flashy, very bright, and very, you know, non-consuming. But this building definitely takes a little bit of, it steps back a little bit. The building actually has minimal lighting on the exterior. It doesn't look like an attraction building. It looks like an old warehouse that's been left or forgotten within this very busy complex environment. And what we wanted the audience to feel is we wanted them to feel like when you approach the building's not abandoned. We wanted the building to feel like for some reason it's been fortified, it's been sealed up, it's been closed to keep people out, or really, in our vision, is to keep something in. And so when you enter the building, you don't walk in the front door and then everything's in front of you. You actually have to find your way into the building. It's actually a hidden entrance that also has a corridor and some passageways before you actually make your way into the main experience itself. And part of that definitely is the story that we're building. We're building that you're actually entering a building that's not meant to be for public. It is actually a restricted audience. It's only for people who really feel like they're prepared to enter this thing that we call the shadow world. And the shadow world to us is this world that's been hidden throughout your life. And our version is that when you were growing up and you were younger, when you were afraid what was underneath your bed, or what you thought was in the darkened closet or down an alley, you thought that was something that was going to get you, something that was lived with monsters and maniacs and stuff.
Still do.
Oh, well, good. Like I said, I was about to say, some people grow up and think, oh, well, that's just my overactive imagination, and that's just something that I grew out of. But we're here to tell you that, no, that place is real, so good. You've always done it.
Great, thanks.
And this is the first time you ever actually get to enter the world of the shadows.
I think a lot of our fans love that content. They love the story. The more you can give them, the more they want. And then, you know, our fans range from people who want that all the way down to people who just want to kind of just experience it or sit at the bar and watch other people get scared, you know. So we had to kind of run the gamut and have everything available in here. And so we've done that. But just to talk about the story a little bit, we kind of wanted to make one big overarching story and very simply and quickly, that is this shadow world. There's kind of a thin veil between our world and the shadow world that TJ is talking about. And in some areas, it grows so thin because of whatever spiritual activity that happens there that it breaks through. And then all these creatures and ghouls and goblins and terrible things come through, and they're there. Well, we're actually going to reach back into our past a little and pull out a group called the Legendary Truth, which I'll let TJ talk about a little more because he started it. But we have a group called the Legendary Truth who goes around and kind of explores these areas that this happens in and kind of contains them as well. Not only studies them, but contains them so that they don't get out into the general public. And that's really what this warehouse is and why it's locked down, like TJ is discussing, is we're keeping that shadow world in because it has broken through.
Right over here, this is where they always have the bar. Now they've added lights. They've strung up lights right there. It's going to be blue and red lights that have popped up. But eventually we'll see them remove the entire queue here and then build the bar. But the lights popped up today. Now one of the strangest meet and greets is honestly Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty meets right over here while you're exiting the park. All right, we made the Citywalk, heavily rumored family coaster update. They're moving more dirt. The pile's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. They're just digging and flattening all the land. Then over here, they're back to work and moving the dirt, flattening the land also. So again, every day we're gonna slowly see this evolve, but I think it's gonna be pretty quick when they start building the coaster. The Jurassic Rebirth promotion has gone extinct. It's now been taken away. But you know what has not been taken away? All the merchandise in Super Nintendo World. Time to go over the next section inside the store. All right, a little bit of a change. This section just got replaced with all new merchandise. So let's go over this real quick. So $35, you're gonna have the yellow shirt, Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge, and then it'll say Universal Mario Kart on the sleeve. So there's a whole new collection. $45, it says Mario Kart on it, and the other side, Universal Mario Kart. You're gonna have an orange shirt for $35. It's all just the same rundown, but a different design on the front of the shirt. $35 for a red shirt. You're gonna have a pink shirt, and then over here, you're gonna have a green shirt. So again, $45. You got the green design, you got the orange design, then you got the red design, then you got the pink design. Then they're also gonna have new pins, right? So they're all gonna be $10 a pop. You're gonna have the red one, purple design, green design, and then the pink design. And then $13 for a new Mario Kart luggage tag. So it'll say Universal right there, and then you put your information. So again, the yellow design, the orange design, the red design, the green design, and then the pink design. So that's your rundown on all the new merch that just dropped. Also behind us, they've added new Donkey Kong merch. $20, they got little Donkey Kong in one of the barrels, and it's like a little coin purse where you can put your money in there as a zipper. And then for $20, they have a little Diddy Kong ID holder. So it'll say Diddy Kong on the strap, and you can put your ID and wallet and everything inside there. So those just popped up. Okay, so new section covered. We'll get back to the other stuff over there, tomorrow. Little update, just like that. Again, overnight, SEAL Team 6, the guest assistance sign has been replaced. It looks great. Universal, your next mission, if you choose to accept it, is to fix the King Kong arrow sign. It's been ripped off and needs to be repaired. Let's go back home to the office. Okay guys, we're back in the office. We have a big HHN week coming up. So we're gonna have another video dropping tomorrow, and then with the IP announcement rumored, hopefully the next day. And then all the construction updates. It's gonna be a wild ride, leading up to opening of Horror Unleashed, and then HHN, Orlando, and then HHN Hollywood. It's gonna be a wild time. I cannot wait to take you guys along with me and experience all the crazy madness in the coming months. So on that note, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button and join the family.
I love the family!
Because I'm gonna keep you up to date on all things Universal Studios and Halloween Horror Nights around the country. I love you all, and I'll see y'all very soon.
It's because it's new.
Mario Kart Challenge.